So you interviewed for a job. You have been waiting for days for the hiring manager to give you a call. You feel as though you had a really great interview. You were confident and had all the right answers. The interviewer maybe laughed at your jokes and they seemed to just get you in their organization. All that was left to hear was, we would like to extend you an offer. So when the phone rang and you recognized the number, you hurried to pick it up. With a smile on your face, you exuberantly answered it, and then you get the dreaded news. They didn't select you. If you were anything like me and any normal person, you would have an instant feeling of inadequacy. While they're giving you their smart story, you listen half-heartedly while you run the entire event over your head, searching for what went wrong and what you could have done differently. Then you probably console yourself because your assumption is that the other person was better. You feel frustrated because you missed the opportunity to really sell yourself when they asked you that great question. You may even throw in some anger in the mix because they missed you out. But after all, the answer is still the same. They didn't choose you. So what happens next? How do you move forward? Being rejected after a job interview can severely dent your confidence. Rejection, while not pleasant, can often be blown out of proportion and viewed as a sign of failure. However, by thinking objectively, candidates can use it to build on their core strengths, address the development points, and ultimately find a job that suits them best. In this video, I will suggest practical ways that will be of help to you to manage job rejections and move forward with greater confidence and preparation. Managing the rejection, bouncing back, and staying focused and determined on your job search is very important. On our channel, we bring you content to help you grow and succeed, and we offer practical and useful solutions to your business and career issues. So please take a moment to like this video so that it stays with you as your reference point, and also subscribe to our channel to continue accessing content to help you grow and succeed. Start with looking at the positive side. At the very least, you should feel as though you have learned something through the interview process. We all learn from our experiences, and interviewing is no different. However, if you performed to your best of your ability and displayed all your relevant technical expertise, demonstrated your competencies, and communicated in your most engaging manner in your interview but were still turned down, then you can take comfort from knowing that it was maybe the wrong opportunity for you. You may find your mind unable to rest until you establish a logical explanation for that rejection. Thorough feedback may not be always provided, as candidates are often rejected because of an interviewer's gut feeling despite meeting technical requirements. So instead of dwelling on your disappointment, keep your mind focused on other opportunities and continue to present yourself to the best of your ability. If you find you are facing continuous rejection, then use it as a means for developing resilience, but ensure that you also take action to remedy any personal shortcomings brought to your attention from the feedback. You may have to narrow your job search. The job market is getting more competitive by the day. Pre-recession organizations maybe had larger budgets and less lean organizational processes. Thus, they were more flexible in their hiring approach. So if a candidate maybe matched 90% of their criteria, they would consider them as a good fit. Now with stricter requirements, companies cannot afford to hire you unless you are a 100% match versus your job role. Be highly selective with where you apply. Don't be afraid to turn down opportunities pitched to you as perfect by headhunters and recruitment agencies if you feel they are not right for you. Where you feel you are suitable, research that role, that company, its culture, and the team that you will be working with in as much detail as possible so as to gauge how appropriate you are before accepting that interview. If you are being represented by a headhunter, ask them to provide you with as much as accurate information as it is possible and back this up with your own research. It is advisable to read the profiles of those people who will be interviewing you, and you can find the sources such as on LinkedIn. Focus your energies on addressing the issues. Whatever the reason for rejection from one company, there is a way that it can be improved and transformed as a reason for acceptance in your forthcoming interviews. The most common reason for being turned down is a lack of technical knowledge. And to improve this, you may simply need to review your subject for the technical questions in more detail, or you may need to pursue additional courses or qualifications. You should always ensure that you obtain feedback post your interview either from your headhunter or the organization directly. Another common reason for rejection is interview style. Now, interviews can make the most confident of us extremely nervous at times. After all, you are being interrogated under a spotlight, and the slightest miscommunication, or worse, the mood of the interviewer, can jeopardize your chances. Even some people of incredible technical caliber struggle under such close scrutiny. Often, it's a psychological thing. People know there are so many external factors influencing their interview decision, and by giving too much thought, they actually set themselves up to fail, forgetting that excellent preparation coupled with an ability to think on their feet can actually help them overcome the toughest of objections from their interviewers. Competency-based interviews are increasingly used now, and many people fail to deliver at these as they require highly detailed responses. I have observed few candidates who are quite accomplished, but they struggle to communicate their leadership skills despite leading a sizable team. For example, some people use examples of the team working as a group, giving the impression that they don't lead but manage by consensus. In fact, the need is to focus the attention to reflect your core leadership competencies and ensuring that you showcase these correctly during your interviews. Let me give you one method that can be applied to answering all your competency-based questions. By sticking to this method, you can use specific examples of competencies you have displayed and answer them in a clear and concise and engaging manner. Describe the situation you were in, what was required of you, what you did and delegated to others, and the result. Good interview techniques such as this can be learned and developed. Getting feedback is important. This can be difficult, but it is essential for your development. You may find it easier to receive it if you apply through a headhunter, as they usually have long-standing relationships with employers, ensuring that candid feedback is given to them about a candidate post-interview. Make the interviewer aware how important feedback is to you, and this will show them how committed you are to self-development and may convince them to hire you. Attitude can just be important as your ability. A follow-up email after an interview is the best way, showing professionalism and interest in the role. Most people will not do this, so you will be separating yourself from the competition. You should also state in the email that you welcome any feedback, maybe positive or negative, as a way to improve, and that you take each interview as a learning experience. This will encourage a more detailed response. Once it is received, take any feedback with an open mind and make the relevant improvements to find the job you want. And finally, know that it's not about you. It's important to understand that arguably a job interview is not about you. Rather, it's about the business you are interviewing for. As important as it is to have self-confidence and belief in your abilities, a job interview is about the potential investment that business will be making. When a business interviews a potential candidate, they have to consider the financial aspect, how well you will work in the role, how well you will fit into the team, and more of this stuff. And as we have discussed previously, there are many aspects that go into succeeding in a job interview. But the bottom line is this: job interviews are about the company. So now, as you understand, they are actually investing in more than one sense of that word. They are going to want the best possible candidates for the role. And from business to business, the term best actually changes. Some will consider the best to mean the cheapest. The others will consider it to mean who has the most potential. And some will consider it to mean someone to hit the ground running ASAP. So you must understand that many uncontrollable factors actually weigh against you, tipping the scales in the direction of you being unsuccessful sometimes. With this, it's important to understand that some areas that factor into succeeding in a job interview are actually out of your hands. So you can do your best in a job interview, including wearing the right clothes and avoiding these mistakes, but sometimes there's nothing more that you can do. And understanding this will help you to once again build resilience and handle any rejection that you may receive following a job interview. Hope you found this video useful. Drop us a like and do subscribe to our channel if you haven't done already. We post content that helps you grow and succeed. Thanks for watching.